day now.
Good morning, and welcome to Everything Bears, where we talk about everything Bears. Glass, string cheese, my psyche on a Friday night. What do all these things have in common? They can be fragile or easily broken. There's something else on the Bears that is easily broken, and we're going to get into it next. Let's get it.
Everything Bear Show, yo, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, yo. Everything Bear Show, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, bear down, yo. First down, first down, first down, touchdown. Everything between the war zone now. Bow down to the ground, Lakeshore, downtown, sister throne of the north, up high, calm down, find out, intercepted, locked down, found out, knocked down, 9 down, in the state, touchdown, blow. First down, touchdown. Everything between the war zone now. Bow down to the ground, Lakeshore, downtown, sister throne of the north, up high, calm down, find out, intercepted, locked down, found out, knocked down, 9 round, in the state, touchdown, blow.
Good morning, Bears fans, and welcome back to the Everything Bears Show, your home for everything Bears. And why must I feel like we live in some sort of simulation all the time? It's like the same things over and over and over. It's just, can we get a break? Can we get a break from this?
No. In short, no. It just doesn't seem like it. As soon as you think things are starting to roll, something happens, right? Is there a black cloud over 1920? Did somebody walk under a ladder? Are there black cats running around? We don't know, but it definitely seems like some bad luck has hit the Bears again.
Yeah, an ongoing bad luck streak of one Kyler Gordon,
Hmm.
where he missed how many games, Wedge, last season?
14.
14 games he missed, soft tissue issues, and he's got all off season that I follow him on YouTube. He has been working out. I thought he was looking good, but as we roll into May's OTAs, he's going to be on the sideline because he's yet again suffering from more soft tissue issues. And I just, what? Did he get his bag and that's it? He's done? He's done with football?
It seems like we might have two people like that, it seems like, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to him in a minute here.
Yeah. And man, I don't know what's going on. I'm sure if you talk to him, he's like, yeah, I don't want to be hurt. I get it, but you got paid. You got to treat your body like an investment. Look at what some of these other premier athletes are doing, like Derrick Henry and Christian Watson to the north. He went and saw some specialists to even out his body and figure out why his hamstrings are getting blown out all the time. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what to say anymore.
What does Derrick Henry spend? About $4 million a year
Yeah.
and upkeep on his body. And I just, he doesn't have soft tissue issues.
No, and he's got a lot of freaking soft tissue. Let's put it like that, man. That dude, he's put in some work in this offseason. Holy cow.
Yeah. I just don't know what to make of it. We're in May, so we're not panicking. Of course, the thumbnail is, of course, clickbait. But it really sucks because you don't want to hear this early on. Like, oh, here we go. Because as we all know, as just sports fans in general, but football specifically, soft tissue injuries are something that just linger and linger and linger, as we saw with Kyler last season. And then here we go at the ramping up phase for May and OTAs. The guy's again, still, like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? And this is it will get concerning because if the start of the season rolls around week 1 and Kyler Gordon's not available, this kind of screws up our cornerback room a little bit because what are you throwing Malik Muhammad in at nickel? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. It definitely seems like the Bears are preparing for him to miss a lot of time, right? Because we've already heard it. Like you said, Muhammad at nickel. The answer to that is yes. They've already started working him out there so that they can get as many of these guys out on the field as possible. It's concerning to me that it's only May and we're right back where we left off at the end of the season with Kyler Gordon.
Yeah.
Right? He's such a big piece of this defense. We saw what he can do even in a limited role in the playoffs.
Right.
Right? But yet here we are, and we have nothing that we can base off of other than history and what's going to happen when the season starts. This
Right.
just feels like it's going to be an ongoing thing for the next 2 to 3 years, and it's just going to be a failed experiment. And maybe this is overreaction Sunday. I don't know, but that's what it feels like to me right now because it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, and a huge red flag is you have to start questioning. I mean, is Kyler Gordon just injury prone at this point? Is that
Mhm.
it's trending in that direction? And if come week 1 he's not available, I would definitely say you could go ahead and put that label on him if you want because he missed 14 games last season. And now he's missing May's OTAs, which again, at any point in any topic for me, I'm not raising any red flags or freaking out in May. It's just not something I do. But when it comes to Kyler Gordon and this soft tissue situation, I am.
Yeah.
Only because we didn't see him all last season because of this soft tissue. And now again, here we go, ramping up this season's OTAs, and he's yet again not available. And it's like
Like, come on, man. Good morning, Noah. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, think about some of the comments that Ben Johnson said last year around Kyler Gordon. Oh, I wish I got to know him more on the field. And he specifically said on the field,
right,
right? So we could see how competitive he is and everything else. And he's just hasn't been there. The
right,
first 2 years, he only missed 5 games. 4 of them was due to a broken hand. Okay, I get that. And then in 2024, it might have been the beginning of the end. He missed 1 game with a minor hamstring injury. And was that the breaking point? Was that the starting of something diabolical for the rest of his career? I don't know, but damn, man, you got hurt in OTAs. You're not even going 100%.
right,
I just,
right. I
don't know, man.
don't know what else to make of it other than like here we go again. Because again, the soft tissue things can linger. They just never go. What does the guy need to sit down for like 3-4 months and just do nothing? That's not good for his conditioning. That's not good for his
No.
body. He's got to keep staying in motion. So this is just going to be an ongoing thing. And now, did Ryan Poles maybe pay him too early? Did he pay him just a 1 year too soon?
Maybe. I don't know. It's based off of the production off of that first 2 years, though, man. He was really standing out. Maybe it was one too many Spidey flips coming out from the tunnel. I don't know, man. But it's so frustrating. Like, we just want to see what this team would look like fully healthy, especially after last year. linebackers dropping like flies, DBs dropping like flies, D linemen. Basically, half of the defense was out, and we caught very small glimpses of what this defense could be,
Yeah.
but we never saw truly what it was gonna be with everybody healthy. Jaylon Johnson being back, he did not look like anything like himself. Kyler Gordon, you look at that Rams game, they were targeting him at some point.
Yes.
2 years ago, you'd have been like, oh, yeah, that plays in the Bears' favor. But in that game, it definitely did not. So I'm trying to stay optimistic, and I'm glad you're the voice of reason this morning because for some reason I can't be. Maybe I'm just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. I don't know, but I have zero faith that he's going to make it through even part of a season
Yeah.
at this point. It just, the history tells me otherwise.
Yeah. So I'm right there with you. I don't know how full I can have my glass actually on Kyler. After going through last season, they had to put him on IR twice.
In the same month, in December alone. Like, how's that possible?
And they did give him a pretty good bag, 3-year, $40 million, which made him one of the highest paid slot corners in the league.
Yeah, 31, I think, guaranteed of that.
Yeah, and so it's concerning because of what you just said, the reason he got his extension, the production we saw on the field. He's so versatile on how you can use him. You could put him in on blitz packages, and he's a for sure tackler. So he's great at run support, and like he's really good in inside coverage. And it's just like, damn it, Dennis Allen's trying to build a cohesive defense here, and you need to be on the field for that. You can't just be missing more games because then now, again, as I was saying, that kind of plays like a musical chairs in our cornerback room now, because what if there's a Malik Muhammad might be served better on the outside if Jaylon goes down, or if Tyreek goes down, or if Terrell Smith doesn't pan out how we think he's going to. Well, too bad now, because now he's got to play nickel because Kyler can't stay on the field.
Yeah. And we signed a free agent that can cover some of the nickel responsibilities, including the safety, Lewis from the Bills, I believe.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, man, like, I want to see what this defense is healthy to truly think about it. And in years past, let's be honest, we wouldn't give a shit. Oh, he's hurt. Okay.
Right.
What's that going to mean? We're only going to win 4 games instead of 3. But no,
Right.
that is not the expectation of this team right now. And that's probably why it's triggering such a reaction, because we have the team to start making noise now. Not
Correct.
in 2 years,
No.
not in 3 years, right? This window is opening wider now.
You said it. We're in Super Bowl window now.
Yes.
And
when you're paying somebody that much money in a non-premium position, right? Slot corner, if it's an outside corner, we can have that debate if that's, a premium position or not. But slot corner, we're paying a guy that much money. We have that much money wrapped up, which might stop us from signing a free agent, DN, D lineman, whatever the case may be. That money is tied up in somebody who is not contributing at all. And based on the contract, you're not moving him. You can't cut him. You can't do this. You can't do that.
right.
Because of all the guaranteed money, it'd be dead cap money and everything else. So you have a roster position with that much money tied up that helps you, that keeps you from winning now. And that's the thing that's frustrating me. Like, man, I don't know what he has to do, if he needs to hire a personal trainer, get all the scientists in the world. You got the money to do it, man. Like, figure it out. Let's figure this out. I want him to be a Bear. I want him to be out on the field because this team is definitely better with him out there.
Well, yeah, and it goes to them gelling as a secondary.
Yeah.
You want every rep possible with each other. So if you're not out there on the field, you got two brand new safeties who are in the system now
Mhm.
that you need to fucking work with, and not you can't because your soft tissue issues. And then there's another asshole who's not showing up to do the thing I just said. Jaylon Johnson not showing up to OTAs for whatever entitled fucking reason he might have in his head of why he doesn't need to be to these things. I shouldn't be so mad because it's quite typical that he doesn't come in May or doesn't do the OTAs. He comes in when it's
voluntary, yeah.
mandatory.
Mhm.
And it's like, asshole, you're supposed to be he's got tenure here. He's a veteran. He's been with the organization since the start of since he was drafted. You're supposed to be one of the best corners in the league. Asshole, show some leadership and show up to these things. But no, Jalen's he's too good to do that type of stuff. Comments rolling in. Thank you, boys.
Yeah.
Wedge?
I'm in the same boat with you. And listen, man, I've seen plenty of pictures while doing the homework on Jaylon Johnson of him wearing a C on his chest. That's not how a fucking captain should act, in my opinion.
No.
So there's a reason why he didn't have the C last year, did he?
No.
Well, he ain't getting it this year either, because if you want to be a leader of this team, you show up to these things. I get it, man. It's voluntary, but you missed a chunk of games last year. You were in the same breath with Kyler Gordon where Ben Johnson doesn't know you very well because he didn't see you out on the field.
Right.
I mean, it blows my mind. I don't even care if you don't participate, but be there, bond with the guys, get to know the new rookies, get more time in Dennis Allen's systems, whether it's mental reps or whatever the case may be, and show the fuck up. Like we are in championship type of mode right now. Let's practice like it. Let's act like it. Let's have our leaders purvey that out on or show that out on the field as well, man. It's just
right. Well, but that tells you everything that leaders, you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Leaders go to those fucking voluntaries. Leaders show up. And like you said, you don't even have to really even be on the grass, like giving it your all. Just be there.
Yeah.
You can coach the younger guys, spend time with them, gel with them. And also, it wouldn't hurt for you to get a few reps because you were fucking hurt all season. Yeah. So maybe it wouldn't hurt for you to be out there. And with the Super Bowl window being open now, that even makes it more important that you're there. And it's just somebody later in the comments will get to it. Like, I don't like his attitude. Do you not want to be here? Because that's what you're telling me. You don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, we can arrange something. We need an edge rusher. You want to go?
We'll find it. Yeah. And it seemed like last year he was like begging to get back on the field because he saw that what everybody else was doing and celebrating and having a good time.
Good,
and
better,
all
better.
that. Yeah, and he wasn't part of that. And at that point, you're like, well, shit, man, he's hurrying up. He's working his ass off to get back. But maybe that's part of his personality, and he doesn't want other people to have success when he can't have success as well. And his ego's too big to be able to let other people steal his spotlight. Maybe that's who Jaylon Johnson is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just pissed off today. Could be.
We'll talk more about Jalen's character because I think you're actually right. Good morning, Slimbo. Here we go. We're gonna start knocking out these comments. One of the most valued traits is availability. Facts.
Best ability, right?
Talent isn't worth much if it isn't on the field. Sounds a little cold, but it's the NFL reality. It is. Gordon has missed 34% of games since he's been in the NFL. Yeah. After he got his bag last season, 3 years, $40 million. I think Wedge said 31 guaranteed. He missed 14 games last season. Super talented, super unavailable. Absolutely. Good morning, Chad. Welcome. Chad says, I've always thought NFL teams should write a nutritionist and personal trainer into contracts with athletes, regardless of sport. But
Yeah.
but that's one of these things, and this is going to get just slightly political for me. No, man, because people need to learn how to self-govern, and it's fucking people who don't know how to self-govern that shit like you just talked about has to be put into contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kyler Murray has to watch fucking an hour of tape a day, for Christ's sake.
Right.
But people need to learn how to self-govern, have some discipline. You're a professional athlete that's making millions of dollars. Shouldn't it almost be common sense that some of that money rolls back into your business, which is you, the athlete?
Your body? Yes.
Your body. That's your money maker. Yeah, nah, I'm going to buy a fucking Lambo.
It's like, the guy who has a manufacturing business and makes a ton of money and doesn't invest in a single new machine or keep that factory upkeep.
Yeah.
Guess what? Sooner or later, that factory breaks down and now you're screwed.
I hate to go back here. What did Darnell Mooney do with the first thing when he got paid his rookie contract? He bought a fucking jugs machine and put that shit in his house. Create. Good morning, Create. How you doing? Why does this happen when players get paid? I don't know, but I think it says a lot about the person, right? And that's what I had said at the top of the show. They just signed. Did Poles maybe extend him just a wee bit too soon? The kid gets his bag, and now he missed 14 games.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're getting trolled here today, and not by Don Burr.
Christopher, good for Jaylon. Keep up the great work, bud. Let's see. Slimbo, Jaylon and Mohammed on the same track as DJ and Burden. Mohammed is a lockdown corner, NFL ready. I expect Jaylon gone after this season.
Mm-hmm.
Mohammed is the future. Me and Wedge said this off air right before we went live. I don't be shocked Jaylon's not here next year.
He's not owed a single, no guaranteed money after this year. He could be part of that clean out for sure.
Chris, again, Jaylon could care less. He wants out of that place. If you're reading his actions and not his words, that's what it's saying to me.
I'm assuming, with Christopher being on here, he assumes that Jaylon wants to go to the Cowboys, right?
You can have him. Give us a bag of chips. No? Yes. What do you guys do, Texas?
We'll take barbecue. Micah Parsons. Oh, wait. He's not on your team either anymore.
Oh,
damn it.
Wedge. I'll take a rack of ribs.
Yeah.
Texas style. Oh, wait. Hold on. Super Bowl window, please. Come, Chris.
Believe it or not,
Wedge.
That's where they're at.
Well, Wedge is not in a mood this morning, Chris. He's not in the mood this morning.
Don't poke the bear, man.
The window's open, man. Divisional round of the playoffs. If we would have beat the Rams and we were this close, we were in the NFC Championship. You tell me the window's not open? Make your argument. Slimbo, it's described as a soft tissue injury, so he's out of shape. Professionals keep their bodies in shape year-round. Amen to that, Slimbo. They're supposed to. Again, that's your money maker. You just don't go to fashion shows all off season because you want to be in fashion shows. Create. Maybe he was just playing hurt last year. I don't know.
Jaylon? I would hope that's it because Kyler wasn't playing hurt.
Kyler didn't play at all until the end of the season, and then he probably was still not 100%. But we all know. I mean, you saw Jaylon when he came back. He was not ready.
No.
I can't believe the coaches.
I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe the coaches let him on the field because he was a liability out there. He wasn't making tackles. He was awful in coverage. I'm like, what are you doing out there? Just go sit down. Chris, maybe Jaylon had his own issues. You don't know him. He's my boy. He has stuff going on just like all of us. Yeah, he expresses his personal issues. Apparently, he's weak for women. He's got a real soft spot for women.
I think I heard also that he just got married. like a few weeks before OTAs. So, listen,
Jaylon?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. So here we go.
So he's been with that girl all this time because he got a few kids with her.
Yeah. So whether he got married to that girl or not, I cannot confirm nor deny. I don't know.
Right. I mean,
But I'm
'cause you
going to
have
go on another rant. Are
Oh,
you ready?
God.
Okay.
Let's
Whether you are or not, it's coming. So, he got married, man. He's probably honeymooning and all that stuff and doing this and doing that. That's great, but these OTAs have been scheduled for quite a long time. So if you're going to try to use that freaking excuse, man, maybe look at the few times in the off season that something might be going on with the organization that has paid you millions of dollars and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should get married a week earlier. Maybe we should get married in this time so I can make it back there. I don't know. I'm not telling you can't have a personal life and all this and that. And there's plenty of off season in which you could do that. But these things are scheduled forever.
Yeah, years in advance.
Yeah.
Or at least one calendar year in advance.
Again, it shows me what your commitment truly is.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Rant over.
Well, and
keep going with the comments.
And let me add one.
Uh-oh.
There's that. All right. Where we at next? Limbo. Mohammed reminds me of Richard Sherman. That's a good comp. Mohammed locked down Ohio State wide receiver in the bowl game. Mohammed certified SEC
yeah.
baller. Runs 4.4, 32.5-inch arms, 40-inch vert. He was a steal. He was a steal in the draft. For sure. Jay Grizz, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Bear down, baby.
Welcome.
Or good afternoon, depending on what side of the sun you woke up on. However you frame it. Fuck Green Bay.
FGB.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Chad, I'll send some brisket for Jaylon. Deal.
For us, it's good. Yeah.
Take that. Dude, are you not hearing us, Chad? The headache. You want it? You got him. Brisket. Send it over. You're not even favored to win your division. By who? Who says who?
Vegas. Hey, bring it, man. Let's do it. I think people are sleeping on the Bears.
Well,
obviously,
hold on.
That's our
hold
opinion.
on. Wait. Whoa. And were we favored to win our division last season? Help me out.
We were.
Are you sure we weren't like plus? Or not minus? I'm sorry. We weren't like for sure lock-ins to win the division last year. Yeah. Keep it up, Chris.
I think they thought they were only going to win 5 or 6 games last year. Well, that didn't quite pan out. So,
thank you, Jay Grizz. This is the Wedge. Wedge's fine work here. He did a great job. Let's see. Roast beef. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. Wedge said this either at the top of the show or also right before we went live. He said maybe one too many Spider-Man fucking flips.
Yeah.
Vince, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. How have the Bears got better for this upcoming season? At this point, I don't fucking know anymore. No, our offense, we're gonna be all right. This offense is gonna be high powered.
Vince rocking a new logo. I see a new avatar logo. It's a little bit different than what it was, huh?
I like it. I mean, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like the style of it. That's it.
Yes.
It looks cool. I like Jay Grizz's avatar too. That's pretty sweet. I love how the majority of other fan bases want to discredit what the Bears accomplished in year 1 of Ben Johnson, DA, Caleb era, just because most of our wins came in dramatic fashion. They really do sleep on that, Jay, for real. Like they think because we won in these unusual ways or these comeback things, like, so that doesn't count. Somehow it didn't count in the win-loss columns. No, it didn't count. Okay. Love it. Crooked Commish, good morning, sir, or afternoon. Yes. Yo, what's up, guys? Bear down.
Good morning, Commish.
Grizz says, what's up? It says, what's up to Grizz? Commish does. All right, Jay Grizz, there's a lot to be said for the gumption this team has and the unwillingness the team had to give up or throw in the towel when times got rough. So this is going to be huge. This is character building, what happened last season. They've proven when you got a young team and a first-time head coach coming in, what's the hardest thing? And as Bears fans, we know this because we've cycled through head coaches and quarterbacks like nobody else. The hardest thing was to figure out how to win football games. Just do that. You don't have to win with fashion. You don't have to win by ass whoopings. Just figure out how to win. And like they did that repeatedly. To the tune of how many wins last season? Somebody help me out.
11.
11 wins. Okay, and a lot of them didn't come easy. They did have to have some heroics and dramatic finishes, but they found a way. How many times were we close with the Flues? We were close in a lot of those games too, but we found ways how to fuck it up.
Yeah.
So
timeouts, field goals,
just
the whole nine. We saw
lost in
every
that.
which way to do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Every way. And last year was like the cosmos correcting itself. We found every way to win. It was kind of refreshing.
Ben Johnson brought balance to the force.
He did, yes.
But the great comment, Jay Chris, because I think that fortifies a team, man. That gets them guys to bond. That gets them to buy in. And then when they go into this season fresh, they have all that experience of like, boys, we're never out of it. We're not ever out of it. But let's not put ourselves in that position anymore. Let's start fast and put our foot on their throat for the whole 60 minutes. Crooked Commish answers Vince and says they have gone more speed on both sides of the ball. Yeah, we definitely upgraded our speed. Chris, I bet you the Bears don't make it to the Super. Oh,
my retort to that would be, I bet you $1,000 that the Cowboys ain't gonna make it. So
we'll break even.
Yeah.
Do y'all ever have a guest on? Kyle needs to cut that shit up. Yeah, I don't want to see no more acrobatics on the fucking field anymore from him ever again. And we had Chad on once.
Yep, during the draft party. Yeah,
that was
Mike
good.
Was on too.
Oh, Big Mike was on during the draft. Yeah. So that's always fun. We are trying to link up with Berlissimo, see if he'll come on, but he's bashful.
He's a little camera shy. Yeah,
he's a little camera shy, but we'll convince him. I think he did say if it lines up good. What did he say? Like an afternoon show or something? Because you guys got to remember the time zone to London is quite a bit away from the Midwest. So we'll figure it out.
Are you volunteering, man? You want to come on to the show at some point?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chad says we received Rashawn Gary from Green Bay. Chicago can send us Jaylon. Does Detroit or Minnesota want to send us up some help for our 500-point defense? Yeah, you guys really need to work on that defense. But you guys don't have Flus anymore, so you should be. That right there is an improvement.
Yeah, that's like a 75-point improvement at least.
Yeah. Roast beef, other fans hating on us. I think it's a jealousy issue. I think it is too, because you have to understand, I think the other teams in our division, whether it be Don Burr, Lions fans, Vince, although Vince is a realist. I like Vince's logic.
Yeah.
Having Caleb Williams is got to be a nightmare for other teams, because it's like, man, because you just don't know. You don't know what you're going to get. You could say like, oh, Bears defense and it's questionable and all that. That's fine. But with Caleb Williams, and as the Packers know, we're never out of a game. I mean, they squandered a 21-3 lead, and so that'll be haunting.
I think a lot of this too kind of comes from the fact that a lot of these people don't want the Bears to be good, because as it stands right now, all four teams have made improvements, and this division's going to be a fist fight. So it's not a two-team race or a clear runaway by the Packers like it's been for so long. This truly is becoming a division where it could be a coin flip at the beginning of the year that any team can win it. And if I was a fan of one of these other teams in the division, I would be saying the same thing. Like, well, no, they're not going to make it, because you want to talk that into existence, man.
Yeah.
You don't want the Bears to be good. You didn't want the Bears to finally find a quarterback, because now if the Bears are good for the next 10 years, that takes more titles away from you guys. So I understand why you guys are, speaking all this hate and fear. It's fear mongering. They're afraid.
Yes.
They're afraid.
That's a good point, though. That is true. The NFC North, it's like, aside from, like, if Minnesota can get their quarterback to play efficient football, all four of these teams are really fucking good.
You think of that. I don't think we're giving Minnesota as much credit as they may deserve yet. And they might be that team where you're like, oh, shit, you don't want to play them. Just look at that offense.
I know. That's what. Yeah.
You got JJ, you got Addison. Now they signed Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Those three receivers alone are nasty. Their backs
Hawkinson.
are good. Yeah. Hawkinson. And that is a dangerous team. If Flores can get some of those new pieces to gel, that team could be dangerous as well. And now it's a 4-way fist fight,
Noah says, our defense will be fine. Vince, the Bears have tougher opponents this upcoming season.
They also have a lot of advantages when it comes to the schedule as well, which we have covered extensively.
And again, some of those opponents aren't the same opponents that they were last season. Again, we broke down the schedule tremendously, probably the last two shows, and with a pick'ems video that we put out. I don't think they're as tough as they look on paper.
Well, and you see it every year, right? There's teams that had made the playoffs that make the playoffs, and vice versa. Teams that made the playoffs that won't this year. It's not as predictable as maybe it once was. These teams now have the ability to really change their makeup and their outlooks in a season, where it didn't used to be like that. Like coaching has started to play a bigger part of that. I think a lot of the players, have kind of evened out. There's not as many, upper echelon and low guys there. They're all getting pretty good. And with free agency and everything else, it's really starting to even out.
Yeah, big time. Vince says, again, the Lions might be the biggest threat in the North, as they have the easiest schedule out of the four teams. Yeah, so that's where they can really come up, just on sheer win-loss column type stuff. Yeah, because we know the Lions are very physical. They play hard no matter what. Win, lose, or draw, they're playing their ass off. And with that lighter schedule, they very well could be in that mix for the division, no doubt.
Noah's got faith, man. He's saying he's going to be ready.
Kyler's going to be ready. I like your optimism. Slimbo, Bears schedule doesn't look tough to me. Yeah, again, when we went through it here too, Slimbo, I don't think the schedule is as bad as people are making it out to be. AC Adam, good morning, sir. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Bear down, as always.
Repping the North. Yeah.
Vince, it's too early to predict the Super Bowl, in my opinion. Yeah, there's too much turnover to really predict the outcome. Yeah,
for sure.
All right, Jay Grizz. Every game is tough in the NFL. Tougher schedule or not. And I actually think this schedule isn't as tough as people make it out to be. I actually like the order and placement of our opponents.
Yep.
Jay Grizz, he watches, he tunes in.
Yeah, he must have saw the last few episodes.
Yeah.
We talked about that ad nauseum, yeah.
So many advantages, like little quirky, like little advantages. Like we play no opponents that are coming off a bye.
Yeah.
We are plus a bunch in rest versus each of our opponents. Like, and in some of the big games, the game against Seattle, we have a +3 rest advantage on them. And it's like, well, they're a really tough opponent. So hell, those extra 3 days are going to help out tremendously with rest, preparation. It's going to be, it is set up like perfectly. It's just, the Bears just got to do what they got to play good football. That's it.
Yep.
and where they land on the
Mhm.
schedule. Yes.
Like Jacksonville coming into Soldier Field in December, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you'd much rather play them cold weather than at the beginning of the season for sure.
Yeah. All right. Kamish says, sure, I'd love to come on and talk ball. Let me know. Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay. Giving love to the other boys in the chat. Bear down at AC Adam from Kamish. Vince says, Rashawn Gary played horribly in the second half of last season. I have no problem with him living on the Cowgirls team.
Packers fan base has zero love for the Cowboys too, so
Yeah. Is it true that the Bears' new stadium will be in Indiana now? We just don't know. Was there new developments in the last
Did-
couple days?
So they're still making a play for a lakefront stadium. So they're,
Oh,
you know how we talked about it before,
stop.
where the mayor's trying to make like a last ditch effort. So there's that, and it's getting more and more ridiculous, man. To me, it seems like right now it's going to be Arlington Heights. They just need to finish cutting through the rest of the good old Illinois red tape. And that's ultimately, if I were a bet man, that's where I'd be putting my money.
There is that mayor smoking crack. There is no shot in hell. The Bears are building a new state-of-the-art facility on the lakefront. There is no room.
I love this next comment.
From Jay Grizz.
Go FGB, go.
Go
I
ahead,
see
you
what
read.
you
You can
did.
read it.
I see what you did there, Jay Grizz. At go FGB, go all day. Who would the Bears lose besides Brisker and Trapillo? Granted, there are a couple of key losses, but they're not detrimental to the Bears' success this upcoming season. And then Christopher, maybe we like them better in his absence here. Cowboys have Caleb Downs, only the best player in the draft. What happened to your picks? Laugh out loud, please. Your D going to get 8 up this year. Better hope your offense puts up those points. Let's be honest, we're kind of banking on that.
Yeah.
So, at Crooked Commish, bear down. We have 2 of the best corners in the NFL. Noah, which 2? The 2 on the thumbnail or what? Are you saying Jaylon and Kyler? At Christopher, are you coping with the fact that you have a QB that ends up turning into a pumpkin when you need him to step up and make plays at critical times in the game? Good point there. A la playoffs. Our best defense is going to be our offense running 13 personnel down everybody's throat, and we could bleed the clock. Armstead working with our linemen. Welcome, Matt. Welcome back. Jay Grizz throwing out a couple more bear downs. Get them. Lions and Vikes suck. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but like I said, it's going to be a fun division to watch this year. At Jay Grizz, the Bears lost DJ Moore and their top 4 interception capable players of Byard, Wright, Edmonds, and Gardner Johnson. It's going to be a different Bears team on defense. Giving you the old salute there, Noah. Byard, Wright, Edmonds, and Gardner Johnson had a total of 18 interceptions collectively, with the bulk of those being Byard.
Yeah.
Since 95, only Lions, Vikes, Commanders, 3 teams to not represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Facts, okay. Imagine 2018 Bears defense with this offense. Championship for sure. Jets, Saints, Dolphins should be easy wins for the Bears. Bears will win the Super Bowl because they drafted the white boy from Oregon.
Transpired.
I didn't even have to look at the name to see who wrote that comment. Welcome, Transpired. Good to see you this morning. NFC North is a 2-team competition, actually, if talking Super Bowl contenders. The other 2 organizations haven't represented the NFC in a Super Bowl since the Vikes did in 77. Speaking of the Vikings, no rings at all, right? What's the difference between a circus and the Vikings? The circus at least has 5 rings, right? So
Oh,
there seems to be a lot of back and forth of where the Bears will live in the future. Yeah, it's between Indiana and Arlington Heights, with Arlington Heights being on the inside in the home stretch here. So Slimbo, Ben Johnson, and Matt LaFleur are the 2 best head coaches in the NFC North. Would
Kevin
not disagree
O'Connell's
with them.
not bad either, but the
I think,
best, I'll agree with that.
yeah. Dan Campbell is it would be an interesting debate as well. He's no longer, the hot new thing, right? The shiny new toy.
Right.
So Slimbo, yep. DJ was a Packer killer. The cheese grater, right?
Yeah.
Santos still here, and he loves to nail 50-yard field goals versus Green Bay. We got Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks. Yeah, he's replaced the Bayard. I think we would be foolish to say that the Bears would have the same amount of interceptions this year that they did last year. But at the same point in time, this secondary could still be better than what it was last year.
So let me add to that as well, because I agree. Al Harris. Al Harris is still the secondaries coach, and so he's going to coach these boys up just like he did. Again, Nashawn Bright was where we grabbed him from Minnesota's practice squad or something. Okay, so if he can get production out of players like that, he can't get production out of someone like Malik Muhammad, Tyreek Stevenson. I think our secondary is going to be just fine, barring the injury concerns, hence the thumbnail.
Yeah. Christopher, my Seahawks are going to be great again. How did you Bears fans love sitting at home watching my Seahawks win the Super Bowl after they beat your Rams and your Patriots, right, Christopher? Is that the list of teams, or there's probably still a few more that I'm missing, I'm sure. So, first round NFL draft picks are often like flipping a coin, and when they play immediately, sometimes they put up crazy high numbers, and sometimes they need more development. That Super Bowl game was a snooze fest. You're right. That's going to be a good question for me, man. How are the Seahawks going to come out this year? They lost some pieces as well.
Yeah, they're not going to be the same team. No.
Yeah, they lost their running back in Walker.
Yeah.
So we'll see, right? That's why things can change so drastically. Is Sam Darnold going to continue being who he was last year? Is he going to regress?
Right.
And again, it all comes down to health, right? Sam Darnold goes out for a while, you're screwed. Same thing with the Bears, Caleb Williams. Same thing with the Packers and Jordan Love, right? Same thing with the Lions and Jared Goff. Vikings, who knows? We don't even know who the starter's going to be, but
they don't.
Al Harris unit, last 3 seasons, 95 takeaways. Proven to manifest takeaways everywhere he's been, right? Turned Diggs into a Pro Bowl corner in Dallas, and look at what happened after Harris left.
Yeah.
Diggs can't even find a team to play on. He got cut by the Packers last year at the end of the season. So Santos played well last season. I'll give him that. Thanks for taking our place, but this is our year. Al Harris going to turn Muhammad into an all-pro. I think his development will be directly related to what happens to Jaylon Johnson in the offseason. If he's the number 2 corner showing upside, CB1 upside, that's it, right? We won't be worried about if Jalen's going to show up to OTAs next year. Every season's a different season. Yep, for sure. Slimbo's high on Muhammad. I thought he was a high second-round pick talent. I'd agree with you. I don't know, maybe I would say second round, maybe not high, but somewhere in that late second, early third. But where the Bears got him, definitely, I think, could end up being one of the steals of the draft this year. If the Seahawks lose JSN or Sam Darnold, then they fall apart real fast. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. JSN, something happens to him. That's their whole offense.
So Crooked Commish follows us on TikTok, man. Appreciate it. Sent a
Nice.
message. We'll get in contact, Slim or Crooked. We'll see when we can maybe figure something out. If there's certain topics that you want to talk about, we'll get in contact and we'll take it from there, my man.
Yeah.
Diggs and Bland both were balling in Dallas under Al Harris. And then last year, look at the Nation Reich project. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
And Noah saying Trayvon Diggs might end up being a Bear. So with that, we're finally caught up, my man.
Yeah, you boys. Busy this morning.
Ripping them. So
yeah. Love it. Yeah, so back to Jaylon. He has shown repeatedly throughout his career in Chicago, which is the only place he's been since he was drafted, that he is kind of like a me guy. He's not a we guy, he's a me guy. And you see it through his actions. It doesn't matter what he says in interviews or what he says at the podium. We judge you by your actions. And him not ever showing up. And at this point in the stage of his career and where this team is at and where the team is headed, you got to be around, Bucko. I don't know what to tell you. You got to be around, especially you want to see on your jersey, or do you not give a shit? You were just given that by the Floos because you could have turned into a locker room problem. So he puts the C on your jersey so that you'll get in line and be more of a part of the team. That's probably what that was about, more so than leadership. But man,
isn't that getting a C for all the wrong reasons? And that statement right there, if that is true, that is in a nutshell what was wrong with the previous leadership. You don't hand that type of stuff out just to avoid a problem. You hand that type of stuff out to keep those problems from happening, or people that have shown true leadership, mentorship, the whole nine. And that's how you build a winning organization, right? I'm glad the culture has shifted. And with that shift in the culture, a lot of those me guys won't ever be on the Bears going forward, because you look at all the talk that they had. Oh, we drafted our guys, football first guys, blah, 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 right? The whole Poles and Ben Johnson character makeup package for these guys. And I don't know if Jaylon would fit in that. Like, if he were in the draft last year, he might not have been a Bears guy.
Right. Yeah. And it's kind of shaping up that way, kind of. I keep seeing this on Twitter too, Vince. It actually, one post got me because it said Adam Schefter at the bottom and then said that the deal was already done. And I was like, no. But anyways, are the Bears trying to trade Kmet for a pass rusher before the start of the season?
Are they trying to? Probably not. No.
My guess
could
is no.
They?
It depends on the player and the situation, but
how Roush is looking,
that too. But as bad as Ben wants to run 13 personnel, I don't see it happening. Kmet is. Oh, we can talk about this too, because I believe Wedge and I talked about this off air as well.
Yes.
Speaking about our tight end room, but let me read Slimbo's comment first. Kmet is a top 12 tight end in this league, and big contributions to Bears being best rushing offense in the league year. Wait, am I reading this right? Best rushing offense in the league after week 5 of 2025. There we go. I got it. Bears rushing offense averaged 171 yards because Kmet opening lanes, blocking. Yes. He was very crucial in the blocking. You know, they used him so creatively, and so some of those run schemes, blocking schemes, that is, for the run game was super creative, right? Because he would go in motion across the formation, and then when the ball snapped, he turns right around, goes back, and cracks the backside end, and that's where the running lane is. It was awesome. It's poetic. Yes, Komet was very crucial in that.
We saw Loveland do that stuff too. Yeah, and that's some of those blocks. You're like, holy shit, Loveland can
Yeah.
block.
Yes. Here we go. Slimbo, Loveland, Komet, Roush is elite red zone office package that Ben Johnson is going to destroy defenses in 2026. Yeah, 13 personnel is going to be a real fucking headache for defenses this season for sure.
Because they'll be able to run out of it. Because all three of those guys can block. They can pass out. Yeah. I can't wait to see what they draw. I don't want to see any trick plays in the red zone. We won't need them this year.
We won't need it. We won't need to.
We shouldn't need them.
Keep staying on Komet here. Komet won't be traded, in my opinion, and the Bears will, and he'll be a Bear for the next 2 to 3 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bears red zone will be nasty. Yeah. The Bear. Hey, if this is on the table, I'm all in.
I fucking wish.
Dexter for Max, huh? I wonder what type of pick package would be included with that there. So
speak it into existence, Noah.
Yes.
Speak it into existence.
Slimbo saying Komet is glue inside the locker room. I don't see him going anywhere this year, in all honesty. After this, if Roush is taking off and Large is looking good, I won't say no to it. But he's one of those veterans, those glue guys, like Slimbo was saying, for sure. Yeah. Bears basically already have 3 tight ends. So, yeah. Komet gives Ben Johnson the ability to be flexible in formations and personnel groupings. We've seen Loveland put Garrett on his ass. Yep. Jarrett. So,
So, boys, in the theme of talking about tight ends, Wedge has a trivia question for you guys.
All right, guys. So, the NFL came out with a story talking about the position of tight end, and as they put it, the position de jour. And they went through and they ranked all tight end rooms across the NFL. Do you guys have any guesses where the Bears ended up landing on that list between 1 to 32?
We'll let you guys marinate on that for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So here's our tight end room. Cole Komet, Colston Loveland, Sam Roush, and who's the other guy?
Hayden Large from Iowa.
Hayden Large, yes.
Ben Johnson is the mad scientist. Haven't been this excited to see the evolution of an offense in my lifetime. The mad scientist has mad weapons.
Mad weapons, man. Just everywhere. There's a stud everywhere.
Kamish is saying 10th in the NFL. Okay,
that's modest.
Jay Grizz shooting for the top. Yeah. Slimbo says number 1. She's a 10. A fucking 10. I got you, Kamish. And Noah's saying number 1 as well. So roast beef coming in at a -16, man. Okay. Some of you were close. None of you got it exact. The closest one here is Jay Grizz and Slimbo here. So, okay, we're starting to roast beef starting to come around.
You're getting warmer. Warmer.
So, let's take a look at who the NFL. Let's see, Bucky Brooks has deemed as the number 1 tight end room in the NFL. And that would be the Los Angeles Rams. Okay. With their collection of Kobe Parkinson, Tyler Higbee, Terrence Ferguson, and Davis Allen, They also picked up Max Clar in the draft this year. So they are rated the number one. Transpired says the 69th team. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. So Slimbo, the Raiders are ranked as one of those teams above the Bears. And the Raiders, they're saying, has the third best tight end room in football, according to this reporter here. So, and the Bills have the second. But coming in right after that at number 4, they have the Chicago Bears listed with Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, Roush, and then Hayden Large, which they really don't mention in this, but that's where they have them listed for this upcoming year.
Cav,
Tighten
tighten up. You're that's it. You're bought in.
Yeah, he's officially ditched the Lions, so Titans all the way.
Well, he can have 2 teams,
That's true. NFC, AFC teams. So
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting that the Bears tight end room got that much love. Honestly, I thought they would be in the top 3. Looking at some of the other ones, they're really kind of front heavy with like Brock Bowers. And then if you look at the Bills, they have Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, which combined for 75 catches for 988 yards. But this could be an area really that in this next offseason, especially with this next season, with as much 13 personnel that the Bears are planning to run, if we revisit this at the end of the year, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up moving up a couple notches. For sure, man. I mean, this tight end room can end up being deadly.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I just it's Ben Johnson. Okay, we've got Ben Johnson. The tight end room's gonna be, and then again when you pepper in the wide receiver room too.
Yeah,
it's like those guys are gonna be. It's gonna be a stable. It's just a rotation of 13 personnel, 11 personnel, and then wide receivers in and out. 3 wideouts, then 3 tight ends. Then it's gonna be insane.
You look at what those guys combined for last year, just Loveland and Kmet, 88 catches for 1,060 yards.
Wow.
With 8 touchdowns. I think Loveland had 6 of those. But
Wow.
Yikes. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's scary to think is Loveland might be on the verge of possibly getting that type of stat line for himself next year. Imagine that.
So yeah, right. I think a lot of Bears fans, I know I'll speak for us here on the show. I mean, I don't want to say it's a shoe-in, but I think Colston Loveland gets 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Loveland's getting at those 1,000 yards. It's as much as usage as he gets in crucial moments. Again, 3rd and Colston.
4th and Loveland. Yeah.
That's right. Like he's gonna get his catches and his yards, and it's just no 2 ways about it. And because he blocks so damn well, again, with the tight end being such a versatile position, and especially this modern style offense that Ben Johnson is, is he pioneering this 13 personnel thing? Because everybody's copying him now. There's going to be a lot of teams running 13 personnels this season. Is it because of Ben Johnson? I'm not sure. I haven't done my research on that yet, but Colston Loveland being on the field and being able to block and pass catch and run after catch as he does, he's going to have 1,000 yards, man. I don't know how else to make a case about it other than just that there.
Mm-hmm. Jake Grizz and Pepper in the running back room. I think Swift can be a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yeah. And so can the other kid.
Yeah.
So can Manungai.
Yeah. Because of the tight end room. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, for sure. Yeah, man. The sky's the limit for this group. That is for sure. I can't wait to see. I'm kind of excited to see what this fourth tight end can do as well, man, because this guy's supposed to be just a blocking beast.
Yeah.
And he plays like that hybrid fullback as well. So we might see some of that. No more offensive linemen in the backfield. I'd be okay with that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So since 2000, Chicago Bears have the most in the NFL with 55 pick sixes.
Ooh.
Give me over 3.5 pick sixes for this defense. Whoa.
Okay, the over. He's taking the over on 3.5. Okay.
Wow. 4 pick sixes this year?
How many did we have last season?
It's a good question. I could think of
I know of one.
The 49ers one for sure.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
There was Nashawn Wright pick 6 McCarthy in week 1.
Yeah. Edwards
took it to the house.
That's two.
Tremaine Edmonds get him one?
I don't think he had a pick 6, but Edwards had the one against San Fran. Well, that's the Google machine. So that's 2 that we know of. 2 pick sixes. So last year, Nashawn Wright and Edwards. So we got him.
All right.
Not bad, man. Not bad, my man.
All right.
So
where are we at here? Next one. Kamish. He says, yeah, as long as Loveland stays healthy, I see him breaking 1,000 yards. Yep. Easily. Sean McVay and the Rams run a lot of 13 as well. McVay's the architect of the 13 personnel. Thank you, boys. Thank you. That's why they have 6 tight ends on the team. Okay.
Yeah. Probably the highest rated tight end room, right? So if they're putting a premium on that position, he's been architecting it.
This is always a good conversation piece here. Wedge and I have pondered this plenty of times. Could we have 2,000-yard rushers on this team? I mean, Monungai missed it by like 250 yards last season, and we didn't really see the kid till week 4 really get some carries. So we could.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, and it also wouldn't surprise me if they both have like 900 and something. Where they're there. So,
Petzing was all about the 13 personnel, even though he lost his last 9 games with Arizona. Personnel matters. Scheming, sequencing. It's a whole science, Ben Johnson knows the science.
You look at Arizona, and you can only really think of McBride as the tight. I couldn't even tell you who their second tight end is.
McBride is good though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Petzing rush offense in 2025 with the Arizona finished last in the league. We had 56 interceptions last season.
We averaged 6 a game.
Bears defense had 2 TDs last season. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vince. Thank you. I should have seen that when I was asking. I'm sure you were right on it. Slimbo. I'm not sold on Petzing either. Slimbo says you need rushing offense to have your offense in 13 personnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, if it's the run game's not working, then you're not faking out too many defenses then when you're in 13 personnel if your run game isn't consistently gouging the defense. Vince says the way the offense is structured, Ben Johnson will probably rely heavily on the running game this upcoming season. Yeah, I think we've said that before. Like, I think right out of the gates, week 1 against Carolina's going to get bullied. Bully ball. That's what we're going to go in week 1. It's going to be bully ball.
Yeah.
Because I think you want to establish that identity, not just for that individual game, but for any upcoming opponents who are going to be watching tape on that game.
Well, the whole purpose of running 13 personnel is to make the defense stay in base, right? Have the extra linebacker out there.
Right.
And if you're not able to run the ball, why would they throw an extra linebacker out there?
Right.
Right. When the extra linebacker is out there, that's when you can dictate more mismatches with your tight ends, especially if you have a couple of athletic ones like Cole Kmet and Loveland. We'll see what Roush could do as well. And then Ben's clever enough to the point where, he'll be able to figure out those mismatches. We've seen it do it in wide receiver sets. Why wouldn't he be able to figure it out in tight end sets?
Right. Let's see. Slimbo's Petzing. Am I saying his name right? Yeah, right. Petzing rush offense in 2025 was under 95 yards a game. You can't have offense in 13 personnel and not be able to run the ball.
Mhm.
Running the ball sets up the 13 personnel play action. I call it run game Novocaine. Dial it up, Ben. Bully ball.
Bully ball.
I love bully ball. When that night against Philly, was that just, it was poetry.
Yeah.
Violent poetry.
Just forcing them to submit to your will. It was a beautiful thing to watch, man. And I was watching it at work, so it made work that much better. So
It really was. I mean, you could just see their spirit just leave. They had wanted no part of Monungai or Swift that game. They were like, no, not tonight.
yeah.
They're gonna come in feeling some kind of way when we play them on Monday night, week 3. They'll be feeling some kind of way, but if the Bears can just recall what they did last season, they'll be like, all right, yeah, you think you're ready? We're gonna turn it up just one more notch on you.
Yep, bring it, man. Let's see. Yep. I can't wait for that game, because are they going to come out and just dare you to throw it on them? Do the Bears take that bait, or do they just try to impose their will again, break their spirit? That's going to be a good chess match, man. Fangio, he's going to want a little bit of redemption with that.
And then Ben Johnson, being as maniacal and witty as he is, will know that.
Yes.
And maybe be ahead of the game on the game plan. It's going to be so much fun. It's so interesting to see how Ben handles that game specifically, but just this season in general. I'm pretty damn excited, because year 2 in Ben Johnson's offense, Caleb hitting the floor running, like it's going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm. There's a good point here too, Jay Chris. Something that doesn't get mentioned is how much better Caleb has gotten from under center, when a lot of the media said that one of Caleb's weaknesses, that was going to be one of his weaknesses. And to me, last year, he was excellent at it. So,
yeah. He actually silenced a lot of doubters, because one of the big things too was all the pundits and everybody going, can Caleb actually fit in his offense? Can he run? Can he stay in rhythm and operate the offense? It was like, yeah, he did.
Chad's breaking it down, man. A true X's and O's type of guy, knowing Chad for who he is. That's how he likes to do it, man. What I love about 13 personnel is it gives the offense a legit 9 run gaps and keeps 4 vertical threats. This gives an offense 13 areas to attack. And last I checked, only 11 people play on defense. Hashtag X's and O's, baby.
I like those odds.
Yes, that bodes well. And I'm sure we have a coach who can exploit those 2 uncovered areas quite a bit. The Bears versus Eagle game was vicious. Not to mention, Caleb hides the ball so well on play action, and he has the capability and the ability to elude the pass rush. And now, Caleb Williams has 2 new centers. That's still going to be a good debate, man. I can't wait till preseason to see who might win that battle.
Yeah.
That will be the number one battle I will be looking at throughout preseason. I already call it, so you got to figure out a different one as
Left
so.
tackle.
Okay, good. Well, there you go. We're good. Slim Boogie, good slant routes all season. Out Loveland. Chad, I love that analysis. Thank you, buddy. Jake Grizz, you missed it, man. He was here in the draft too. We like Chad a lot here, man. A lot of good insight. He's had a lot of coaching experience as well, so it's fun to kind of see.
I had been wondering when we're going to have him on the show next.
Yeah, so I'm sure we can talk
preseason,
with
maybe.
him. Yeah, maybe. We shall see. So, whew. So tight ends, huh? I think we're feeling pretty good about them.
It was, man. What a nice shift, boys, because we started with the Kyler Gordon, Jaylon Johnson debacle, red flag warning lights going on to something positive. Our tight end room.
Feels good. Got all that negative energy out early. Now we're starting to bring it around, man, right?
Yeah.
Like my glass is filling up slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about another positive topic? Or do we want to keep it in the mud? I don't know.
I don't know. What do you got? Do we got options?
Yeah. I got another story that we could talk about, which I thought was very, very interesting. Another story came out about all 32 teams' next potential Hall of Fame candidates.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The Bears are one of the few teams that have 2 on there. Maybe we could kind of go around, maybe take a little trip down memory lane for the rest of the show and kind of see here. We'll kind of see which way this might go. And then go from there, man. So, Slimbo, nobody agrees with me, but Tooney was left tackle in 2025 playoffs and 2024. He's the best left tackle on the team. Put him at left tackle, Logan at left guard, Bradbury at center, Jonah at right guard, right at right tackle. To me, the best 5 O-line combination, best 5 on the team. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Could we try Bradbury at the other guard and put Logan Jones at center, though?
Ooh.
I don't know if Bradbury's ever played guard, whether it's in college. I'm pretty sure he's just been a center in the NFL. But
I don't hate it. I don't hate that idea. I'll explain, because I was pretty critical of Tooney at left tackle in the playoffs. I think obviously he did a very good job. It was just there was some, from rewatching the game, there were some little troubles with him out there, but I'm sure he had such little time to prepare and practice and do all that kind of good stuff. So I know he'd probably be amazing if he got all off season to take all the reps at left tackle. He'd be good to go. So I don't hate that idea.
I mean, you look at the level of competition that he was facing in that game as well. That was probably one of the top tiers that you would face.
Jared Verse, and they've got a very good front 7 out there. Huh. That's something to marinate on, Slimbo. Yeah, I don't hate that idea. But we got so many damn left tackles on the roster right now.
I would love to see one of those guys step up. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Braxton Jones.
No.
But he's in a prove-it year, so maybe. I really hope that Wills ends up finding, the old magic, the old juice, being healthy, and he could be a close version of what he was drafted to be. So.
Yeah, a first round talent. Like there is a high ceiling there to be had. If he could just stay healthy, that's the right. What are your season predictions?
You want our Bears schedule predictions? You'll have to go watch the video.
Yeah, go to our videos tab on our homepage, and we did a video on it.
Yeah, we did a
And
short too.
did we?
Well, it's not a short, like 30-second short, a shorter version video, right? 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, you'll see our smiling faces on there, something like this. Then you know you found the right one.
Yes.
Uh,
I'll tell you. All right, I went 13-4.
I went 12-5, so there you have it.
But if you watch the video, it's a great breakdown. I tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I unlike Nagy, I'll give you the whys.
I'm reading a book for work that says that is titled "Start with Why." So
There you go.
I'm all about it now. Tooney was a good left tackle in the playoffs for the Bears. Yeah, I think he held up well, man. Chad said he'll join us anytime. Love it. So,
Nice. Yes. Thank you.
Bears 6 wins before the bye week, 6 wins after. NFC title game appearance. Slimbo, I think you and I are on a very similar page. I think I had the Bears 6-2 before, and 6-2 or 6-3 in the second half.
6-3.
Yeah.
6-3
So-
at the bye.
Yep. So, and then, finishing out with 6 wins down the stretch. Yep. Bradbury and Tooney were college teammates. Was that still center guard combo? I don't know if it was back then. So maybe you can fact check that a little bit as I finish up these comments here. Ben Johnson, offensive innovator, is credited for being the mastermind behind unlocking Caleb and getting maximum output from the QB that can be provided. Architects of an explosive offense. And saying that about a Bears offense, so good to see, man. So Noah commented on the future Hall of Famers. Yeah, we'll get into that here. Welcome, Don. Good to see you again. He says Bears 7 wins top. So he's taking the under from Vegas. Vegas has them at 9.5. So Noah saying choices for Hall of Fame. Slim Bow, the real meat and potatoes type of drafted players who bring lunch pails to work, eat your veggies, which is kind of what we needed. Got a huge steal with Dylan dropping into our laps in the first round. It's also by no coincidence we know that Poles loves his RAS scores. According to the RAS scores, this was the most athletic draft of any team in this past season. So if you were to predict how the NFC North would shake out, how would you stack rank these teams at this point? Be curious to kind of see everybody's take here. Jay Grizz at Down Burr takes our bias of emotion and not intelligence. All right. I have a feeling that Bradbury was, I'm pretty sure that they were center guard combo during that time. But I'll be curious to see how this ends up playing out, man. That's going to be one of those key battles that we'll look at. I do think that Logan Jones has a very realistic opportunity to be the starter. That's why they drafted him so high. They wanted their guy. They got their guy. And those two guys are very similar in terms of their athletic attributes. So it's going to be one of those where if the young guy is pretty close there, do you go with them so that you can keep that consistency and build that rapport between Caleb and a center that's going to be with you for at least 4 years? Or do you go Bradbury and Caleb? I don't know. So
I got a little intel on there playing with each other at North Carolina State University. The problem is that they didn't really play like right next to each other all the time because Joe Tooney was moving around on the offensive line so much. Because he had played pretty much left tackle, left guard his whole time there. He also had a little bit of center experience, but Garrett Bradbury actually was a tight end. And it wasn't until 2015 he was converted to center.
Okay.
And so, yeah. But they did play
Interesting.
together, and they were also travel roommates when they traveled.
Yeah. So, including the postseason last year, Booker had 5.5 sacks. His contract is 4 years, $4.5 million. Commander gave Odafe 4-year, $95 million for 7.5. Phillips had 5 sacks in 2025 and got 4 years, $120 million. That's one of those youth guys there, right? So,
I had my nose in my monitor down here, and I didn't see that. Nobody alerted me. Don Burr, good morning. Afternoon. Still morning to me.
If he's in Michigan, yeah, it's 1 o'clock there. So,
what's going on here? Are they already? Are you getting my chat all razzled? Don, he says at Jay Grizz, based off of strength of schedule and your weak D line, no left tackle and mid running back room. Oh, what? Because what did he say earlier?
7 wins.
7 wins, Don. 7 wins. 7. Okay. Based off of strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, no. Actually, no. Am I shocked? No. But see, you're going off based of strength of schedule, our weak, what was that? Our weak D line, no left tackle, and mid running back room. But did you factor in Caleb Williams at all? Did you factor that in? No. Did you factor in Colson Loveland? No. Did you factor in Ben Johnson? No. So right up to 11 wins. Thanks, Don.
Mm-hmm. Slimbo, Bears, Lions, and Vikes. One will continue to be good and comfortably make the playoffs. Bears. One will nearly miss the playoffs. Vikes. One will completely collapse and be eliminated. 3+ weeks left. Lions. Green Bay, the most injured team in the league, $100 million in salary cap, was on IR, missing half of their starters by the end of the season. If they can just not all die, they will be better than last year. 10 wins. So, congrats on the success of your channel. Oh, thanks, Vinny, man. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Vince, man.
So, Chad's got the Bears winning 9. However, he feels confident that we'll be able to upset one of the big dogs. The division will come down to the Bears versus Lions winner. I predict 1 Lions, 2 Bears, the wild card. 3 Green Bay, no playoffs. 4 Vikings close behind. Overall, the NFC North will have the best combined record in the NFL. I can see that.
Yeah.
Vinny says he's predicted 6 wins. Well, okay, Vinny.
Wow.
I would expect nothing less from these fan bases, so I'm glad. Don Burr backing up his claim here. Bears aren't winning anything with Dexter, Jarrett, Dio, Stewart, and Caleb doesn't play with timing, just pure trick plays and throwing maybe balls off one walk that won't fly this year.
Jordan Love throws maybe balls. Caleb Williams doesn't throw maybe balls. Yeah, I mean, like the most I'll agree with your assessment, Don, is our defensive line is a pretty big question mark right now. But 7 wins because of a soft defense. We didn't have a good defensive line last season either. And again, Wedge, how many games did we win last season?
11.
Oh, did we win the division or did the Lions win the division? I keep forgetting.
Bears won the North. Mhm.
Oh, okay, so we did. Okay, on a weak ass, same thing, the same list. We had Dexter, we had Jarrett, we had Dial. Weird how that happens, that we end up just winning 11 games with maybe balls. All right.
Mhm. Jay Grizz is saying, and no one's factoring in the fact that nobody in Green Bay believes in LaFleur anymore. There
Ooh.
were a lot of people out there, being in Packerland myself, that had the same sentiment. And a lot of people were surprised that they ended up re-signing him. But I think it came down to the point where they lost out on a lot of the best candidates.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say who was out there,
yeah,
really, right? And that's a
Bears.
shame too, because just from an outsider's perspective, he's a fucking good coach.
Mhm.
He is. I don't know he's a good coach.
Yeah. It's just he has trouble winning the big game. That's the knock, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of an abbreviated Tomlinson type of thing, right?
Oh,
Good coach, always in the playoffs, but can never get over the hump. And in that town, they expect championships. I don't know why, because they
they only
they've
had the
had
one.
30 years of Hall of Fame quarterback experience, and it's not like they were racking them up.
No, well, they had one. Well, between
with
Favre
him.
and Rodgers, two.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Bears, Niners, Rams, Packers, top 4 contenders to represent the NFC Conference in the Super Bowl. McVay, Ben, Shanahan, and LaFleur, the 4 head coaches, are the face of the league here. Okay. All the FGB fans hate LaFleur and believe the organization kind of wants a change from LaFleur if this season is not successful for the FGBs. Mm-hmm. Green Bay finished under 500 5 times since the first year of Favre in 92 and missed the playoffs 9 times. That across 33 years. Haven't had a stretch of being actively bad for more than a year since Bush was president. Kind of what we were talking about, right? Ben Johnson isn't a fan of 50-50 balls. What is he a fan of?
100 balls.
100 balls. That is right. So
not 50-50 balls.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Last year you snuck up on teams. This year it's a big target on your back. Big difference. That's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
But that's gonna be, kind of the calling card of Caleb and Ben Johnson, right? You aren't sneaking up on teams. You're going to get everybody's best shot. Nobody's going to overlook you, whatever the case may be. Same thing kind of happened down the stretch last year, but they were able to sneak out those wins. And now you're another year in Ben Johnson's offense. And Don, I think you can admit that as teams grow in Ben Johnson's offense, you see increased production. So let's see if that translates to the Bears, right? We could talk about it all we want, but fact of the matter is they still have to go out and do it.
Yep.
Fake media news telling you Green Bay don't want LaFleur. Green Bay just gave him an extension.
Yeah, they just right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like Wedge said, there were factors because, I mean, yeah, who were you going to replace him with?
Yeah.
There wasn't really a good crop of coaches this offseason.
And those young guys, like the marquee names, got snatched up right away from these teams that moved on, fairly early. So, yeah, we were talking about this early. Vince, Vikings will be a huge mystery this season. They'll either be very good or very bad.
And it's all going to get, it's going to just, it could boil down to one thing: quarterback play. That's it. Because again, that offense is stacked. And their defense is, it's mid, but if the guys, like Wedge said, if the guys on defense can get their defensive coordinator system down, that defense system is fucking nasty. Quarterback play, that's going to be the Achilles heel of that team. If because McCarthy, he showed us what he could do last season, and then you bring in Kyler Murray. So that's the biggest wild card, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Slimbo's saying it's a win now league. No time for slow cook soup, man. 2026 Bears gonna be showtime. Let's see, Vinny. Last season, the Bears lost to the Vikes Lions in the first 2 weeks. but then won against the Cowgirls, Raiders, Commanders, Saints, lost to the Ravens, won against an injured Bengals and Giants team. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The first 4 weeks of that season, it did not look good, right? But you're coming out, you're trying to execute a whole new offense, clean slate, and it takes a little bit of time for that to get going. And I think we kind of saw it continually improve throughout the season. And that's why they were able to hang with some teams at the end of the year.
Yep.
Don Burr should know, and a fan of the team, that it's been Super Bowl odds-on favorites for the past couple of years, and Lions still have not made a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah. He made a correction down the line. Don Burr should know, as a fan of the Lions, that they've been favored, and it didn't pan out.
Mm-hmm. Then the Bears barely beat the Vikes. Steelers beat the Eagles surprisingly, lost to a Parsons list, I'm guessing, Packers team. Bears beat a quarterbackless Brownies team. They played a Pro Bowler in that game, Vinny. Come on.
Vinny, Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. I just throwing that out there. Then the Bears beat a Parsonless, craftless Packers team. Bears then lose to the Niners and the Lions. They did lose to the Niners in a shootout, didn't they?
Yeah.
This season's going to be much different, I think. I can't wait for it to start, so we'll know for sure. Harris puts on a master class with Bland and Nashon. I can't wait to see Muhammad become a ball hawk. I think Don Burr is just Matt Eberflus handing on Ben Johnson and Caleb.
Well, if it wasn't for the fact that Don Burr was around during, unless Flus was trolling while he was at the podium, Don Burr's actually Don Burr.
And that was a good one, roast beef. I like it. I'll let you take Don's.
Let's see. Don Burr says, Ben is an excellent football mind, but all the praise will soon turn into finger pointing. Starting so fast will be a gift and a curse. Anything other than playoffs and championships is a failure. You know, that's fair. And I would think that Ben Johnson is probably psychotic enough to know that and embrace it. I mean, right. Because first year, like you said, you come out that hot. Now that's where the bar is. And anytime you don't hit that bar, it's going to be nothing but finger pointing. So good point, Don. But I think he knows that and is going to expect more from his team and himself. So, I mean, that's why you get so excited as a fan and feel as though the arrow's pointing up because of those very factors you just laid out.
Well, let's, put it like this too, right? When you have those type of expectations, playoffs and championships, that means your organization is starting to do the right things, right? Expectations are a byproduct of success. So bring it on. I hope that we have these type of expectations for the next 5 to 6 years plus, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What do we got? Slimbo. Bears were one play away from going to the NFC title game. Took the Rams into overtime. Yeah, man. What a so close. No one wants to mention the Bears were playing with linebackers and DBs that were bagging groceries at Jewel Osco. Facts. I mean, we say it ad nauseum on the show. We played majority of our games with practice squad players, both at linebackers and our DBs. So.
Jewel Osco reference, man.
I like
Jay
it.
Grizz is from the city. I don't even think they have those anymore. I think the few Oscos that are around are independents.
No way.
Yeah.
As a high school job, I used to work at Jewel Osco. Fun fact, in my senior year, I was bagging groceries after my day at school. Let's see. Jay Grizz. So was the Lions, big deal. Got it.
Were you bagging groceries at the one off of Irving Park there?
No.
Was that one built yet?
Algonquin Road out in Lake in the Hills.
Oh, I was gonna say, holy shit, man. Yeah. I was trying to
Yeah.
think. I'm like, I don't remember that. But okay.
Yeah, I did my dad, when he sold the house, he had a house built in Lake in the Hills, so I had to do my senior year at a
Mm.
public school out there in freaking Lake in the Hills. Let's see. Vince, Packers in 2025. Packers barely lost to the Browns. Panthers and Eagles in the first half missed field goals. That's why you guys got rid of what's his name. And then the Packers completely collapsed after Parsons went down in week 15. Yes, they did.
I'm really
They
sad
did.
that they cut McAnus. I'm really sad. That
I
was
know
yeah.
he was so good for the Bears. Jay Gris says, I wasn't talking to you, Don Burr, because you have so much elite talent on your Lions roster. So for you to still come up short is absurd and inexcusable. Not really good point there. The Lions, and I've said this on our 15-minute video about the record breakdown predictions. The Lions have a shit ton of like really good talent on
Yeah.
their team, and as Jay Grizz is saying here, it's really absurd that they came up so short with all that talent on that team.
It
But
goes to show you, man, it's not easy to overcome these injuries. And Vinny's kind of been pounding this drum in the comments for a while. It's the teams that can overcome them. I think he said something about depth and everything as well. And it's got to be a different way of thinking. The Lions, unfortunately, lost, 2 seasons because their defense has just been decimated?
decimated.
And they were in the win now mode, and now they're to the point where everybody questions them.
Right.
So it's just going to add to the drama. That's for sure.
So right here, so to your point, Vince says, for people to say that injuries don't dictate outcomes, they are delusional. If a team loses 5 major players on both sides of the ball, then it can transform a team. Depth is necessary for sure. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why we use the term decimated, right? Because that's literally what it does to your team. If you do
Yeah.
have a number of starters like that out on either side of the ball, there goes your season. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
It sucks, but that is the game of football. Jay Gris said, so did I. I was stocking shelves at Osco too, the Jewel Osco off Foster and Berwyn.
I know
Okay.
exactly where that's at. I have family that lives over there. Not too far. A lot of my family worked in the HVAC company for Jewel Osco. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because so Wedge and I are from Six Corners.
Mm.
Where was a Jewel Osco by us? Like, where would you say the closest?
So they built that one that was in the parking lot right behind the Sears. Were you around when that got built? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that's the closest one right there. The other one was up it might it might have been the Foster and Berwyn one was the
Really?
big one before that one was built. Yeah.
No way.
And then we had Dominic's that wasn't too far away either. That was Dominic's was up at Central and Addison.
Okay.
Right by the hospital there.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe that was a Butera. I don't know. They're all because I think a lot of the Dominics and Buteras started kind of flip-flopping at that point.
Addison and Central.
Mhm.
Let's see. Vince, predictions should ultimately be taken with a grain of salt as the season has so many factors that dictate wins and losses. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, like anybody's predictions, because, right, you're basing that off of 100% full health. Like you're going to go into every game 100% healthy, which, as we know, is not even realistic at all when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah.
Green Bay blew a 21-3 halftime lead to Ben Johnson. And in 2023, Lions blew a 24-7 halftime lead to Kyle Shanahan. Jay Grizz, meant Broadway and Berwyn next to the Dan Ryan.
Okay. All right, the red line.
Let's see. Vince, but this is why I'm very happy with the moves the Packers made this offseason. But we ultimately have no idea what will happen until it happens when the season starts. Don Burr knows more about the Bears than Ben Johnson. He's generational. Dude, I will say that. So what you can't take away from Don Byrne, I don't know him in other chats because I don't go to other chats. I would hope to think the Bears chats aren't the only places he frequents. He probably does Minnesota and Green Bay as well. What I'll say is Don Byrne does know Bears football suspiciously well. He just does.
He's a closet Bears fan. We're decoding.
He gets accused of that. He gets accused of that all the time. And like in other and bigger channels chats, he gets accused of that all the time because he knows our depth. He knows who the fuck we drafted. He knows he's good. So he either knows ball really well or he is a closet Bears fan.
Know thy enemy, huh?
That's right. Don says Lions, shitload of talent that Ben Johnson couldn't get over the hump in Detroit. But no, Don, you don't get to do that. Remember, we were decimated by injuries. Our defense had no players. Yeah, no.
Your offense was top 3 offenses for 3 straight
years.
If not number 1 scoring. So, yeah, nice try, Don.
No.
Did you guys get decimated on defense? 100%. I will agree with that. I can recall them signing cornerbacks off the street who are starting playoff games for you. So I will agree with that take. But yeah, nice try.
Let's see. So Slimbo and 23, the Lions blew a 24-7 halftime lead in the playoffs. And 24 got dog walked by Jaden Daniels. In 25 and must-win games on Christmas, your offense scored 10 points and had 5 turnovers and eliminated from the playoffs. I remember that one. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
5 turnovers? That's tough. That's hard. That's a hard ball game to win.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vince says there's no way that the Packers would have won their last 2 Super Bowls without their top pass rushers, Reggie White, Clay Matthews. Yeah, those guys were, well, at least Reggie White, Hall of Fame. Yeah. Hall of Fame. Roast beef, fist bump.
Little fist bump there.
Let's see. Donnie again. Nobody brings up the Lions' 16 injuries versus Washington.
Is that just because they got past the Vikings in that first round?
Well, in what role did Ben Johnson play in the defense, though, too?
Yeah. I don't know.
From the comment earlier I'm referring to. Vince, I knew right away that when Parsons went down, the season was over because Rashawn Gary's ability declined that second half of the season. Oh, man, was it that fast of a slippery slope for Packers fans when he got hurt?
Well,
really?
Rashawn Gary, I don't think recorded a sack in the last 7 games.
Oof.
Like, he totally disappeared.
Oof. Let's see. Grizz. Don Burr still blaming Ben Johnson for the Lions not winning a Super Bowl. It's comical. Let's see. The Lions are very good at inflating their numbers. The Lions will keep wailing on teams and keep starters in, even if they're up by 30 points. Yeah, they loved when Ben Johnson was their OC, dude. They loved them some 40 and 50 burgers, didn't they? And they even did it to us. Week 2, 50 burgered our ass. Woo.
Yep.
Don Burr, it wasn't injuries, it was turnovers why you lost. Learn ball. At Jay Grizz brings up Lions not winning the bowl with a ton of talent, but doesn't want to bring up Ben's bad play calling, I'm assuming, versus the Niners and Washington. There was a bit of that, wasn't there? As a Bears fan, I'll tell you, as I knew we were courting Ben Johnson in your guys' bye week. And then he went and called plays that following game. I was like, is he not thinking about the playoffs now? Is his mind in Chicago? What's happening here? There was a hint of that, to be fair to Don. There was, but you know what? He's not worried about any other teams now because he's in Chicago, and this is where he's going to keep his focus.
Right. Down Foster and Sheridan. Okay. So he's got to be more towards central of the city, Foster and Sheridan. That's Sheridan was up north, right? Yeah. So, okay, Jay Grizz, I kind of have an idea where you're at.
Yeah. Where were you living? Where did you grow up, Jay? We were, what did you say, Jefferson Park?
Yeah, Jefferson Park, Logan Square type of area. We're kind of right in between. Albany Park is technically the district that it's called now, or the neighborhood. So
you could also walk to Portage Park too from our house.
Yeah, which we did many times in the summer.
God, that 10-meter, diving board, the 10-meter.
Yeah.
I think it's like the Widowmaker. I remember. So I think I've done it like 4 times. I think each of 4 times my swim trunks fell off me because, you know, being 10 years old and jumping off a 10-meter fucking diving board was, whew.
Yeah.
Slimbo says the golf ball had 5 turnovers. Don't blame injuries. Have some accountability for turning the ball over. Golf ball. That's good. That's the first I've heard this. I'm going to use that. That's good. Vince says, I would say that there's more of a rivalry between the Bears and the Packers this season than the last 10 seasons.
For sure.
And it's probably, it's so good for the NFL. And I agree. The rivalry, I think, is really, really back because
you have a coach that's not afraid to say, I fucking hate that team. That's part of it.
So that's a huge part of it. But then the other big part of it is beating them the last 2 times that we faced each other. Once in a regular season game and then that wild card game. I mean, that was just like, and then that handshake, half handshake, the walk by, there we go. That Ben did. It's like, oh man, you better keep winning or that's gonna look real bad. It's not gonna age well.
Yes.
Roast Beef says 670 the score. He's never missed a Bears presser ever. Yeah. He's always. I'm telling you. That might be what he does for a living. Especially if he's doing other NFC North rivals. Or did he just handpick the Bears? I don't think he's answered me on that one. Do you do other teams too, Don, or is it just the Bears?
Yeah.
Let's see. Noah says that's why David Montgomery left and went to the Texans.
Yeah, that's
Pete did.
Interesting story. Does he just wear out his welcome? Because he kind of did the same thing with the Bears.
Well, that and just, I don't think he wanted to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally paid him, I forgot, $1 million more in Detroit. And it was like, dude, you could have stayed here. But that just kind of tells you, I didn't want to be there. So it wasn't about the money. I wanted to get the hell out of Chicago. Because it was. His whole career with Chicago, we were a dumpster fire.
Yeah, true.
Let's see. Jay Gris says, nope. Don Burr spends all day on ESPN 1000 and stalks Bears pods all day. But he says he's a master electrician. He could be. If you think about it, like I've done contract work and stuff like that. You can be on earbuds, wiring up a house, and just listen to podcasts all day. If Don Burr's missing from a presser, call 911. Let's see. Vince says the Lions have an easier schedule, but they also can collapse easily too if things don't happen right. I worry about their new offensive coordinator. That's, what can he do with those weapons? Can he sequence like Ben did? Does he have a modern type offense? And what can he do now that David Montgomery's not there? Even though they got Pacheco, Pacheco, it's not really the change of pace back that David Montgomery brings. So it's going to be interesting to see. Still, don't sleep on the Lions, though, because they're a very talented team. But that just goes for the whole NFC North, though. As we mentioned earlier, you could say that about all 4 teams in the North. Lots of talent on these teams.
Yeah.
Vincent, I am a strong believer that the NFL definitely did not want the Packers in the Super Bowl last season without Parsons.
Uh-oh.
A scripter, are you?
That's what I was thinking. And who the hell wrote the Bears into the script last year? That guy needs a raise.
Yeah. I sometimes am a scripter myself because you just see like these storylines and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Gav says, keep up the great work. Always fun stopping in and say hi. Thanks, Gav, man. Thanks for coming out. If you're leaving, don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out, though. Everybody watching, take a quick second. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And if you're new to the channel, I don't know if you're new, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But definitely a thumbs up on the video helps out. YouTube will push us into the algorithm a little bit more. And we're greatly appreciative for your guys' support. Let's see, Slimbo, Green Bay's schedule is tougher than Chicago's. I think Wedge and I did look over right there. Back half of the schedule is fucking brutal.
Yeah. Lions got a pretty tough stretch in there too. So there's certain stretches in everybody's schedule. And listen, what we think is tough right now might not be, right? Injuries, teams rising, declining could change. Who knows? The Patriots could turn back into a 3-14 team next year. You just don't know.
Yeah, right. Really don't. I see a comment down. I'm going to skip down just for a second because somebody bopped in and said, what do we got here? Let's see. Good afternoon, gents. Ted likes Ted. Ted? I'm just going to call you Ted. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon. And did I join too late? Not really. We're kind of lingering a little bit. I just want to get through everybody's comments. But thank you for joining. If you're new, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thumbs up on the chat, thumbs up outside of the chat, that is. But let me cruise through these comments. You boys are on a storm today. Love it. Noah, no, wait. What did I say right here? Did I read that one? Yeah, I read that one. Let's see. Noah says, what moves did you boneheads make? You lost most of your key guys on offense and defense. Slimbo, I'm not worried about the Lions. They're a mid-team. Dan Campbell and Jared Goff, 5 seasons with the Lions, had playoff success in one of those. Yeah. I mean, again, I personally, my personal opinion, Lions arrow is going down for me.
Or at least flat right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's see. Vince says Lions have a great chance of inflated numbers this upcoming season with opponents such as the Saints, the Jets, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, Titans, and the Giants.
You think the Giants are going to be improved under Harbaugh? Second year with Dart.
I do.
Cam Scatterboo coming back. They might be one of those sneaky teams too, man. I'll be curious to kind of see what they do.
Yeah, I think the Giants are definitely going to be a bit better this year than they were last. Yes. Except Matt Nagy's going to get, like I said, week 9. That's my over-under.
That's right.
Matt Nagy's getting removed from calling plays.
I forgot the Nagy variable there for sure.
Yeah. But I like the Harbaugh brothers. So let's see. Chad says the Packers fans are going to be so pissed when Rashawn Gary gets 10+ sacks under former coach Christian Parker's defense. Ooh.
They would be too, especially down that stretch when Parsons was missing. I could see that radio up here in the valley just going fucking nuts with pure Gary hate.
Oh, here, look at Jay Grizz went to what? You went to Saint, what is that? Saint Ida? Saint Ida on the north side. I played Pop Warner football at Portage Park for the Gators. Oh, so you were right behind our houses then at Portage Park. Yeah. I went to St. Bart's for grade school. Did
I
St. Ida not have a team that you had to play Pop Warner?
I coached Pop Warner at Portage Park as well.
Nice.
So my pseudo uncle, my dad's old partner, was very instrumental in the house league there. So very familiar with the park, and I coached for the Dolphins um, for the house league, and then we created when they went at the Pop Warner. I was coaching the 10-year-old team for the travel team with some people. So I was coaching on that squad. So
Nice.
cool. So yeah, same neighborhood right there, man, for sure.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no doubt. Jay Grizz, I lived in Andersonville. Huh.
Okay.
Let's see. Vince says, I thought the Super Bowl could have been more entertaining if Bo Nix didn't get injured and
Fact.
it was a Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl. Yeah, big facts.
Hmm.
That was big. That was a huge injury. My God. Noah, he should be worried about the ass kicking the Bears are going to give the Lions this season. More facts. Slimbo says Green Bay hates the Bears the most, and every other team in the NFC North hates Green Bay the most. Yeah, you think overall Green Bay's the hated team by all of the NFC North rivals? Yeah.
It's because they've won it so much, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when people are front running, you hate them. That's just the facts, man. Look at the Patriots, right?
Yeah. When you go 30 years of awesome quarterback play, it's
Mhm.
easy to hate that when you're not relishing and bathing in it every year after year. Vince says trash talking always makes a rivalry more fun. That's why WWF in the 90s was so much better than today.
The Attitude Era, baby, of course.
Yeah. Slimbo says that the Lions were cool for a year and a half. Good run for them. They not cool no more. Don Burr says Detroit is going to win this division. We love the disrespect we are getting.
We laughing.
We're laughing. Okay. Let's see. Fun fact: George Hallis and his family used to attend St. Ida Parish.
Okay.
Wow, that is a cool fun fact.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Church. Let's see. Gav says game 2, Goff will get sacked from Blake Miller's side and be out for the year. Who's Detroit's backup if that were to happen? I don't even know. I couldn't tell you who plays second.
Teddy
string
Bridgewater?
No.
I
No.
yeah. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. That's who it usually is. So
Let's see. Oh, Ted says I was 10 when I made this account, so there was a lot of misspelling.
Ted is like a boss, I'm assuming. All right, Ted.
Thank you for sharing that, because I'm like, Ted is a who? You know, you can go in there and change. You can change that. You could change that if you want, Ted.
That's
Let's
right.
see.
Detroit drafted or no, maybe they signed Luke Altmaier. Drafter UDFA, I don't remember, but
That's who it is.
yeah.
Oof. Let's see. Vince says true. The Giants might be a sneaky team this season. Yes. Slimbo says Saints, Titans, Giants all beat Lions in 26. Mark my words. Dude, if the Lions lose those games, they're in big trouble. If
Yeah.
they lose any of those games. But Slimbo saying all those teams are going to beat the Lions. Oof. Vince, the Giants are welcome to destroy the Eagles for us. Wonder how they'll bounce back. Speaking about the Eagles, let's see. Vince says the Dallas Cowgirl fans are going to be so pissed when Rashawn Gary is slower than a snail and collects 0 sacks, which also could be a possibility.
Yes.
Let's see. Bears have too many weak spots to be taken seriously.
Mhm.
Let's see. Roast beef. Colts were good. until Jones got, the Colts were playing out of their freaking minds. And then Indiana Jones gets hurt and derailed their whole season.
Yeah, Big Mike checking in.
Big Mike. Bears have the easiest schedule in the league because all those teams need to play the Bears.
Super Bowl bow, baby.
Roast Beef says, I lived in Crown Point, Indiana. Okay. All right. Don Burr, who's the Bears starting left tackle? Caleb will be running for his life. I don't know. We're having a left tackle competition. It could be even if it was Braxton Jones, let's say, and that's like worst case scenario for me. I don't think Caleb's going to be running for his life.
No, he'll just have to flesh out to the right a little bit more because Braxton will be getting walked back into him.
Yeah. Vince, the Steelers can't keep all of their 5 QBs. The Steelers.
So Aaron Rodgers is officially back for
back.
his farewell tour. So that's going to be interesting. That's a good storyline when you have Rodgers and McCarthy. What they have, Howard, Mason Rudolph. I can't tell you who the other ones are.
I don't know. Ted says Don Burr is a known troll bro. We know. We all know him. We're all familiar.
Trolling
or honest. Maybe slightly a bit of both. Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
I believe in Jedrick. So, yeah, that's who we're hoping can reignite or recapture his first round talent level of production, we'll say. And, you know what's really great that we brought him in? We brought him in for cheap.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out, it's kind of no big deal. But the upside is tremendous if he does. And I'm a believer, too. If he could just stay healthy, he could win that position. But then let's not overlook Theo Benedict, too. That kid also had the offseason to work on his game. He was a starter for us for a number of weeks. Don't count that kid out either. I actually would want Theo over Braxton anyways, and I think they did because Braxton was healthy and standing on the sidelines, and Theo was playing left tackle. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, his run blocking ability kind of overshadows maybe some of his lack in the pass pro, but with another offseason to work and, work on the footwork from the left tackle spot, you could see marked improvement. I think that's going to be a 3-way battle for sure. You're 100% right. Let's not throw Theo out of there. So it could be Theo, Braxton, and Wills. Let's see what happens. I love the fact that we have so many people to work out to be able to, try to decide.
Yeah. Chad says the Giants will be garbage the first half of the season. Opening night, week 1, Cowboys. Oh, that's who they play week 1. Cowboys 38, Giants 13. Trash points at the end of the game. Yeah, I think Dallas wins that one. That week 1 season opener. Yeah, give me Dallas on that.
I just saw a player too wanting to get traded out of New York, and it was a fairly big name. I glanced at it briefly. But that's not a good sign for the Giants if a lot of these people want to kind of get out.
Braxton's Don Burr says Braxton Jones laughing my ass off, and a former first round bust, and Tripolo. And you're confident. You're confident in that. Okay. Well, actually, now I'm going to say his name wrong.
Ozzy Trapillo.
Trapillo isn't. We're not even going to see him this season, so that one's not even. I didn't say that name, Don. We're not going to see. We're not going to see him, unfortunately, this season, most likely. Confident? I didn't say confident. Did I say confident? I would feel better with Theo Benedict over Braxton Jones. That's what I'm saying. Confident wouldn't be the word I'm using, but better. I feel better. And yeah, it's not going to matter anyways because Caleb's 3-step throw, 5-step throw, 7-step throw, 3-step scramble to his right or left, and it doesn't matter. Your defensive ends ain't going to get to him anyways. And then he's going to find an open receiver downfield and light your ass up. And not just Lions, not just you, Don. All of our opponents.
Yeah, equal opportunists there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm confident more so in Caleb's ability than the left tackle's, say, inability. Okay? Like, yeah, can our left tackle spot be a soft spot on the offensive line? For sure. But we have Caleb Williams, who has shown 2 seasons of evading and making big plays. So there's that. Who would you say is the top 5 best players for the Bears? Top 5 best players? Who
Caleb.
Yeah,
Loveland.
that's number 1. Loveland.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Tooney.
Yeah. Bright, another offensive lineman. Boy, and then that 5th spot. You could go a number of different positions. Jaylon Johnson, when he's healthy, could be there. Could be Rome or Luther. Could be in the mix.
Yeah.
It's Montez Sweat, possibly 10 sacks last year. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if I can name all 5 because, like Wedge said, there's a couple spots 4 and 5. It could be 2 players in each of those rankings. Let's say Slimbo says Tooney's better than Penny. Logan's better than Ratledge. Bradbury's better than May. Mahogany's better than Jonah. Wright is better than Blake. Bears O-line's much better than the Lions. Jay Grizz says, isn't Dylan Thieneman and Austin Booker from Crown Point, Indiana? Ooh, I don't know about Austin Booker, but Thieneman is a local kid.
Yeah, he's from somewhere in Indiana for sure.
Yeah.
With the Purdue connections.
Imagine Dan Rochar working his magic. Well, so there's that too. I mean, coaching. Dan Rochar gets the most out of these offensive linemen. So let's see. Jay Grizz. By the way, I'm going to put my money on Austin Booker making the all-pro team, either all-pro 1 or all-pro 2, if he remains healthy the entire season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I mean, and I certainly hope so.
If so, this defense looks a lot different. That's for sure.
Yeah. I've read that one. Let's see. Vince says the Packers' top 5 players are Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Zach Tom, and Christian Watson. Okay.
I feel a follow-up comment coming on this one.
On that one there? All
yes.
Right. Don Burr, here we go. Look at, see, here we go. This is what I mean. This is how well Don Burr knows our roster. Logan Jones is undersized at 6'2", 299. He struggles with power. Jonah Jackson will do what Jackson does after a good year and flop the following year. Wright's cool, but he's no Penny Sewell. And Tooney is 80 years old. Let's see. Jay Grizz, Jackson Dart has created a rift inside that giant locker room. Did you see this? Yeah, because he introduced the president at some ceremony yesterday. Like, people care about politics too much. I doubt it's going to be that much of a rift. I know what's his name. Abdul Carter was like, "Oh, I thought this was AI or whatever," and it's like, different show. Tune into the Book of Ezra on some other night.
Just saying.
Let's see. Don Bursey will definitely matter. Caleb isn't a timing QB, and his accuracy issues are horrible. He's a trick play backyard QB. Okay.
To be determined, right?
Okay, we'll and then that makes me think that you didn't watch too much Bears football last season, because he operated the offense just fine in rhythm most of the time. You just see highlights where it is razzle dazzle. He operated the offense efficiently. Accuracy issues, I'll give you that one. But horrible, not really. The Bears were top 3 in dropped balls last season. So when you look at his, don't even cite his completion percentage because the Bears were 3rd in the league in drop passes. So there's also that. Let's see. Vince says if the Bears lost 3 of their top 5 players in the season, do they have a shot at the Super Bowl? No.
No. Especially if it's at the QB position.
Yeah.
Just like anybody, right?
Just like anybody. Green Bay's offense runs through Josh Jacobs. This Green Bay fan, wild not having Jacobs in the top 5. Well, he definitely is a huge piece in that offense, no doubt. Slimbo says Watson's no better than Roma Dunze. I think I would kind of comp those two a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Different games, but yeah. Reed is much better than Watson, their slot receiver.
An offensive lineman could be 40-plus years old, young, and still be effective. I wouldn't bash any offensive lineman in their 30s. Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow some offensive linemen actually do better as they get older.
Yeah.
Some. Let's see. Slimbo. Josh Jacobs is more important than Jordan Love for Green Bay's offense and Matt LaFleur.
Mm-hmm.
Dude is a stalwart in that offense, though.
Yeah.
You know what? When I was watching the replay of the Packers-Bears game, too, who's that other? They got this running back. He looks like a fucking guard. He's huge. I can't think of his name, but he was battle ramming the shit out of the Bears.
Yeah. He gets hurt a lot, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I think he was around for that game.
Yeah, he was, because he was gouging our defense. I mean, he was woof. All right, let's see.
Marshawn Lloyd, yeah.
Vince says that Jacobs would be at number 6, but you can't have a strong running game without Zach Tom and pass catchers on offense. Don Burr gives us Detroit's top 5 players. Hutchinson, Gibbs, St. Brown, Sewell, Laporta. Hard to name only 5. So if you keep adding them, you got Branch, Kirby, Joseph, J-Mo, Jack, Campbell, Alim, McNeil.
It's interesting that you put J-Mo in there out of all those. I mean, he's the take the top off of the defense type of guy, but I've been seeing a lot of reports that he might see this might be his final season with the Lions. We'll see. No, A.J. Dillon was somewhere else. I think it was Marshawn Lloyd that you're thinking of. Emmanuel Wilson went to the Eagles. Yeah, it might have been Wilson too. Sure, I'll give you that. Lions, if they lose their QB, they are donezo. Just like Washington. Don Burr thinks names win championships, but coaching does matter. I think we saw that, right?
Yeah.
It's tough when you lose both coordinators, man, to try to bounce back. So, J-Mo led the league in drops at 2025, and the reason Lions missed the playoffs, Lions gave up picks 32, 34, and 66 for J-Mo. Lions gave up a lot for a guy who has the yips. Marshawn Lloyd hasn't played much the past 2 seasons, but he might be playing this season. I know they're real high on him, so we'll see. At Jake Grizz, St. Brown, Hutchinson, Gibbs, not names. They're all pros.
It's
at
levels.
their levels there, yeah.
It's levels to this.
If the Bears struggle and Titans struggle as a whole, I like a trade for Simmons. The Bears D-line, I'm thinking.
D-line, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too. Simmons. I don't know where I've heard that rumor. And J-Mo's
J-Mo better than
better than
Roma
Ro.
Jones. Maybe for
Yeah,
right now, we'll see.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rome. If he stayed healthy last year, we might be having a different conversation. But as of right now, Rome's still got to prove it.
Yeah. Well, like I've said too, I mean the Lions, they are stacked as a roster, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's more than just having studs on your team. You got to have coaching. You got to have uh, offensive coordinator, good game plan. All these things matter, and then execution, of course. I mean, let's not forget the Lions did finish 9-8,
Yeah.
despite that being a low year for them. 9-8, still not a terrible season. So let's just see how they bounce back this season. Is all really.
Mm-hmm.
But right
So
now, right, the target's on our back because we won the division. See,
that's right. Expectations, baby. It's great when you have them. That means something went well.
boys, we're gonna wrap up these couple comments, but we're in overtime and we don't get paid yet. Slimbo says Loveland's better than Laporta, Burden's better than JMO, Xavion's better than Tesla. Bears offensive line is better than the Lions offensive line. This is a big one for me. Ben Johnson's play calling is better than Drew Petzing's play calling.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is the big difference for me. I mean, anybody can look at a play sheet and start calling plays, but a true master can sequence. A true
Yeah.
master can, hide things behind certain formations and have things look the same, but be totally different, and vice versa. Look different, but be the same as the concepts you've been running. And so we'll see where Petzing what he can do with all that weaponry. We're only 2 months away from preseason, boys.
Yeah.
Woo. Let's see. I'll give the Lions Goff, Gibbs, and St. Brown. How many years does Goff even have left in him, really? I don't want to keep bringing up new topics. We're trying to wrap it up here, boys. At Slim, naming guys off expectations. I'm naming guys off of numbers and facts. I would say the biggest difference maker was adjustments at offensive line for the Bears last season. Yeah, huge. Huge. Bringing in those free agents that we did totally transformed that offensive line into one of the league's best.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough to have a highly effective running game without a strong offensive line. Absolutely. And last, Don Burr, Ben Johnson couldn't finish the job in Detroit, choked versus the Rams last year. He goes numb in big games. No, nonsense. All right, you guys. I'll leave this one up here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much for coming out, for real, everybody. Sticking around, chatting it up. You guys are the best. If you're new, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Don't forget, guys, hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. It's awesome having all you guys, Bears fans and Dallas fans, Detroit fans, Packers fans. All you guys are Titans fans.
Right.
Like, it's awesome. You guys bring the energy. You bring the conversation. Keep it rolling. But we got to get out of here. We got stuff we got to do today. You guys are the best. Thanks so much. Wedge, any final words?
Bear down, baby.
Bear down. Peace.
Peace.